like I said, just go to Rat Fame. Just go to Rat Fame. It's the number one app on Google Play Store. It's one of the number one apps on Apple Store. Just go in there and just search rap. It just go to Rat Fame app, and then after that, you just go to the West Coast Mafia. Once you make an account, or if you have an account already, just search for us at the West Coast Mafia on the app, and you can find all of us there. We have our own crew page. So, when you find us on there, you find our crew page, you can find all of our tracks. All of our tracks are available on Rap Fame. Videos, photos, any content, all available on the crew page, the West Coast Mafia. You'll see a list of members of how many people's in the crew. You'll see our crew feed. You'll see our power rank. You'll see how many views we have. You'll see our crew photo. It's just like a news feed, just like on Facebook. So we have two featured artists right now. We have our two featured artists is Dennis the Menace, or Dennis, and Serenade. Dennis is the Slim Shady of our crew. He sounds just like Eminem or Slim Shady, and he goes by Dennis the Menace. Yeah, we have an actual Slim Shady rapper in the West Coast Mafia today, right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I was able to reach out to a friend, OG Frank Nitty, out of Riverside, California, Gritty Art Studios, and I let him listen to some of Dennis' tracks, and he was, pretty moved by it. He wasn't sure how it was going to work. Knowing that he knows Eminem and Dr. Dre. Because the guy sounds too much like Eminem. He sounds too much like Slim Shady. But
I heard that and I thought it was he. Really. I'm glad now the audience can understand that there is somebody. There's two people in this world that look like each other, and two people in this world that sound identical, right? That's what they say. Now we got the Eminem, and I thought it was Eminem.
Yeah. Well, we got a Slim Shady in our crew. And OG Frank Nitty said he don't mind me bringing him to Gritty Art Studios. So he said he wouldn't mind having a convo with him. He said he would like to have a convo with him. And Dennis hasn't really, he hasn't got back with me on that. Like, he just basically been doing his thing. He's been dropping his tracks. He's been supporting our crew feed. He shows us support. Sometimes, he'll say something in our crew chat. Every crew has a crew chat. So what that means is when you're on a crew on Rap Fame, you actually have your own. Everyone has a crew chat on there. And so if you have up to 20 members, then up to 20 members can read and communicate in that crew chat. And that's what's so cool about Rap Fame is that. Every crew usually has ciphers, collabs, battles, singles, but every crew don't necessarily do collabs with each other. I mean, there might be a few members in the crew that do collabs together, and then other crew members just don't do no collabs with no crew members. And what's cool with having Dennis on the crew is just, it gives us motivation, it gives us inspiration, it gives us a little bit of it gives us a sense of idea, a sense of duty. To try to do better, because he's such a, he's a dedicated worker. He's a featured artist, and what's really cool about it is just the fact that he actually participates in the crew chat. So we're all in the same crew chat together. So no matter who don't have a song with Dennis or who don't have a song with who, we're all in the same crew chat. So we all still end up working together because we're all supporting each other's tracks. We're all, and we're all, reaching number one or trying to reach number ones as a team. And, and our dream goals is to reach number one and get recognized by Rap Fame team and get featured so that when we get featured that we can be on our way to the Rap Fame Awards. So the only way you can reach those Rap Fame Awards is you have to you got to get featured or you got to win a contest. And if you win a contest,
you're going to win that contest because based on just knowing you and based on just hearing what I've heard, the dedication and the glue that is keeping you all together, the camaraderie, the love, the talent. That's what's making this whole thing work. You see, and that's what I want the audience to recognize. Okay, the talent is not just because you're talented. It's all these factors put together into one, and that's why it's working. You know, and when I put people on my show, I always make sure that they can become mentors to others. And why is it working so well? You just explained it beautifully. Every single person has their talent, but they're also giving back into that by blogging, chatting, whatever. And that is so, so awesome. And I mean, I hope I'm there at the awards with you. I'll have to pick out a nice outfit to wear.
Well, the awards is online, so it's not something you attend. But, you know, the featured awards has to do with getting a feature. So until we can get a feature in that same year, then you can get an awards. So, you know, I think if you got a feature from last year or anything from the past, you won't get an awards for 2021. You have to actually get a feature this year before the Rat Fame Awards. And then if you get that, you still have to be selected at the Rat Fame Awards to even be nominated. So, like, you might have a feature, but they're going to pick out of all these features, they're only going to pick a certain selected few. And so there are only going to be a selected few that win the Rat Fame Awards. So everybody that has a feature are just, you know, they're in the process, you know, of being selected, but everybody don't always get selected. So it just depends. But the Rat Fame Awards is pretty much, you know, one of the prime results that you'll get. Those are some of the prime credentials. Another thing that you can get on there is you can get a verified blue check mark. You can become an ambassador, and I don't really know much about ambassadors, but basically they kind of just help work for the Rat Fame app. They kind of just make the app better. But they're also and then there's you know, and then like I said, you know, you have crew leaders, and then you have, you know, then you might just have just someone who doesn't run with the crew, and he's just all for himself, and, you know, he might support his followers and whatnot, but, you know, some people don't want to join the crew because there are a lot of drama in some crews, and there's a lot of people that have had some past experiences in crews that were negative. So a lot of people just rather be to themselves and just make their music and just get along with everybody. And then, you know, and I just happen to be one of those guys that decided to start a crew, and I just.
And I think you're fantastic, and you're fantastic, and you know I know that, but I want the world to know that too. And we all on this show today are so grateful to hear you, because you're so hard to get a hold of. It's amazing that we got a hold of you today on Let's Talk with Trevor Rose. But I want to make sure I can bring you back again, because I know there's going to be people looking into you right now and signing up and listening and watching and re-listening. I just want everybody to know, will you do me the honor of being back on Let's Talk with Trevor Rose again and give us some more of your insights?
Yes, absolutely. One more thing before we wrap this up. People ask me all the time, what does it mean when you reach number one or when you reach top 5 hottest crews? To me, how I look at it is this. It's extra promotion and exposure for the artist, you know, to get recognized, you know, to be seen and heard. But it also gives us more crew requests. I mean, like, most of the time when people are trying to join a crew, they're always trying to join that top crew. And usually when you're in the top crews, the dope artists start sending requests. I mean, like, you know, you got dope artists that want to send requests to join your crew because they see that you guys are active, that y'all consistent, and they might see that y'all got some dope artists in there, you know, or maybe they're just like, you know, whatever it could be. But that's, you know, one of the reasons why I like being in the top charts is because, you know, we keep getting those crew requests that we can always work with and do collabs with. You know, the more artists we get to work with, you know, the better we can network. Because, you know, it's building our social media up. It's building our Instagram page. It's building our BandLab page. It's building our Facebook page. It's building a lot. So Rap Fame is a great platform for people that want to rap in the studio and people that want to communicate and network with the hip hop community. And there are verified artists on Rap Fame. So this is not something you want to take lightly, but it's just something that may be a step down for someone like, that's already established, but it's not a step down for anybody if they're just trying to network and trying to just grow followers or start a business or create something new. And I feel one of the examples I can compare to that would be the Twitch program and Logic, the rapper Logic. I heard a story about rapper Logic has signed a deal with Twitch. And so that's basically what I'm doing with Rap Fame. I'm basically making a deal with Rap Fame, whether I'm established or not to anybody else, to others. Yeah, to me, if I was established or not established, I would take advantage of Rap Fame, because Rap Fame is just a great place to meet people. it's like social media.
And networking has its privileges. It's always good to network, always good to reach out, always good to step out of your comfort zone a bit. And as artists, we like to see, feel, and understand new techniques, and that's what's being brought to the forefront here by your explanation of how you're able to get to where you want to get to, where your goals are set and how they're set and why. And that's so important, and you really explained it beautifully. You put it into perspective for the audience, for me, and for people who are just thinking about maybe stepping into a crew because they're brave enough and feel they got it. You just opened the doors for new talent to come on through without fear. That is the basic, greatest thing, because people who are talented need sometimes mentors, a backup, somebody to push them in. But now you just explained perfectly for those coming in how to do it, how to just be part of a network. That's great. And you sound so good, so wonderful, and I thank you so very much for your time today, my friend. No Studio Records.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks again.
Don't forget now, guys, go on to all of his sites. Can you just please repeat your website again so that they can follow you and your Facebook?
Just search, the West Coast Mafia. Just that's it. The West Coast Mafia. You can just Google it. You can Google it, or if you want. If you can't, just go to the app, the West Coast Mafia, or just Google it, and you'll see the West Coast Mafia. Battle Me on Google. You could search it on the internet. The West Coast Mafia. Battle Me, and you can find out everything there about the West Coast Mafia.
I already went there and saw your whole thing set up beautifully, set up perfectly. I love you. God bless you and everybody in the crew and everybody who's listening. I want to thank you all for being the listening audience of today's multi-talented voice, persona, individual person I respect and love. No Studio Records is here, and we are listening and wondering and anticipating your return for another interview. I love you and God bless.
Much love and respect. Love you. Let's talk with Cheryl Rose. Love the listeners. Thanks again for having me.
You're very welcome. I appreciate you being on the show and being in my life.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.